Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look on the evolution of a shiv, basically from the Predator movie. Walter Stans did use that. I made already a video about it, and because it's a movie weapon in that regards, the size quite likely was beefed up, so it looks a bit more dangerous or at least visual on the movie. And the original size, how that would have been, is quite likely more towards the size of this one. So we see on the two wrapped ones quite a difference. We have the top one, the bigger one, is from the movie, the correct movie size and appearance. The lower one I made a bit smaller in the size, so that how it quite likely actually would have been. Maybe the actual one would have been even a little bit more smaller. It depends. We have to see. In the prison environment they have to conceal the weapons that they have for self-defense, hopefully, and the bigger one would be already relatively hard to conceal. The smaller one would be easier for sure, and still has a good size. I did go from my rather large hands there that we have a good full grip. Of course, again, it could be smaller, that the original item would be even a bit in a smaller size than this. And again, it's not sharpened, so we don't have any sheath. There is no sheath needed in that regard. The point in front is not overly sharp either. That's a part of the test, how such items, simple homemade, handmade items would actually perform. And it's yeah, for me rather shocking. It's amazing how simple of a item you can use as a deadly weapon. It's not even sharpened, and it would be already dangerous enough just by using a piece of scrap steel and shape it how you want or how you need it. So we not even have a dagger style blade shape in front here. We simply have a angle cut, angle to the top edge, to the top cut there. It's only sharpened on one side. Now I did put the grind on both sides. You can do only one side. Again, it's not sharpened in a way that it would cut. It just gives you the angle. The material is thinner, and that's all what there is to it. So there is no banning about daggers or double-edged edges or weapons or knives. That simply has one side, and there is nothing more to it. And that is amazingly how simple and easy such items can be made out of metal. And of course such items could be made out of polymer as well, so it's non-magnetic and would not attract the metal detectors. Now, what I found out in my tests is that if you have a flat handle, that for sure is not as well in your hand. It works, but it's not perfect. And the version that I showed in the first video had the handle just wrapped with tape, and that was too mushy. The feeling for me was too mushy and too soft and not thick enough. It needs minimum like 5 mm per side to have a pretty good grip that you can hold secure and use in a effective way. So I did take the tape off and put some wood below it, just a simple hardwood piece of hardwood, glue it on, no pins, no nothing, and then I mean with the epoxy glue, a good glue of course, and then wrap it with tape to give it additional strength. And now this is of course not perfect, because if you use it hard, it could the glue could let go, and just the tape hold the wood on it. In this case we have Gorilla tape, that is a really good tape here in USA. But of course, if you have the chance and have the possibilities, you should always drill holes and pin the handle by gluing minimum like that. You can of course use screws as well, but minimum it should be pinned, that the scales are holding on to it really well. But yeah, with the 5mm thickness, that makes for sure a difference compared to the like 3mm each side that we had by the original version there that I did. And for especially for bigger hands, that is needed for an effective tool. So that's some of the parts that I found out. I did not yet sharpen it up to actually have a sharpened version. Quite likely this one gonna get then a bit handle again from wood, from hardwood, but this time minimum pinned prior I glue it on. I quite likely just use nails, suitable nails to use in sections, cut in sections as pins. I mean, as basic, as simple as it can be. So that it, how it could be possible made in all over the world, relative in a simple way, and then wrap it again with tape. And this time the edge gonna be fully sharpened. I need to make a sheet that is fitting the design and the use of the item as well. And then I'm gonna test the difference between a sharpened version of this sheave compared with a non-sharpened one. And of course there is a advantage, as that is sharp. You have an edge, a cutting edge actually, and not only a stabbing point. So that is completely clear. The disadvantage is you need to have a sheet as well, because it's sharp. You cannot carry that in a pocket openly without a sheet or anything like this. Not that I would encourage carrying those on the body, because we still have a point, and if you may slip and fall or something happen, you have a car accident, that could still stab you, because it simply doesn't have any form of sheet at all. But yeah, it's interesting to see with how little material, skill set, design somebody can make effective weapon, whether it be hopefully for defense or for offense. It's amazing how sturdy the design is, because it's a one-piece metal, and not with a rat tail tang or a smaller tang that would not be strong enough. Often criminals, if they misuse kitchen knives with a half tang, or you know, not a full tang, not a full metal all the way in the grip section, the thing breaks apart. They use it that hard that the knife actually breaks. And with such a design here, you don't have that. It's strong enough. It's one single metal, and yeah, it's amazing for what is needed to make an effective weapon. So that much about the second video about Stan's sheave from the Predator movie. and yeah, quite likely it's gonna have then a part 3 in a while.